I thought we'd do a Matuka. This one's on a Mustad C70S big game hook. This is a nice hook, very sharp and very deep gape, shorter shank. What we need first is some tying thread. Start at the front. We don't want to build up much here because it's a tinsel body, so we want to keep this nice and slim. So spin that so I flatten my thread. I don't want any build up. So about halfway we need some Vineyard, well, it doesn't have to be Vineyard, but Vineyard French silver wire. And I like this because it's very silver. And of course the diameter of the wire, you need to choose yourself for the size of hook you're using. So place this length of the hook shank on the back of the hook, flatten my tying thread again, just tack this in on the back side. Flatten the thread again and go about to there. That should do it. Put this out of the way. Then we want some tinsel. This is two-sided gold silver. It's the silver side I want here. Turn the hook that way. Now we want to cut the tinsel at an angle like that, and we'll just tack in I need to go a little bit further back. And just tack in halfway into that diagonal cut, like so. So it's done, and then forward again. Flatten the thread. Thread up out of the way, like so. Take the thread all the way forward. Now we can tighten the tinsel. What a nice flat tinsel body here. It makes a big difference if you've got a nice smooth foundation to put the tinsel on. There we go, that'll do us. Spin that the other way now and just tie that off. There we go. Now I can remove the flat tinsel with a little nick. There we are. Okay, that's looking okay. Then we want two hackles. I'm going to use Brahma hackle on this. So we need two. Let's have a look. So you want to measure these. You want one that's curving this way for this side and one that's curving the other way for the other side. So just line these up, point against point, like that. Then we can put these up against the hook and measure. Now I like to have a shorter tail on the Brahma Matuka, especially with this hook, because it's a deep hook, it proportions the body right, so I think that's about right. So what we can do then, while holding that in position, you can cut those off there, take that off, and have another look. We're getting there. So I just need to remove a little bit more on top. And what we need to do underneath is remove everything the length of the hook shank. You see, I need to remove a little bit more there. Okay. Once you've sorted out your hackles and they're the right length and you've stripped away what you need on the bottom, and see that I need to take just a little bit more off at the front there so I can accommodate the hackle at the front. I'll just remove a bit of that. It's not much. See how that goes. A little bit more on this nearest one. I'll do this with pliers, just two, I think, need to be removed from that. Do it with tweezers. There we go. Now you see that these are crossing over these hackle stems. What I'll do before I tie it in is I just take the tweezers and I squeeze these flat, just like that. Makes it much easier to tie in at the front. There we go. So I'll just tack these in now. Spin that thread. As I said, remember that you want room for the hackle in the head of the fly. So we'll just tack those in there. There we go. That's looking good. 1, 2, 3. Go forward with that. And I'll just trim these off. Yeah. Now what I like to do is just make sure those are looking good. Yeah, right. There are many ways of doing this, but I find the best way is with a dubbing needle. So we go under here and we want the first one, so you see where the wire is coming in there for the first turn of rib. So I'll just open the wing up there with the dubbing needle. We go through there, pull those up, and there's the first turn of rib. Once again, then I go in from the back side of the wing, open it up again and go through there. Try and keep the spacing of the rib nice and even, and carry on like this. Open that up again and through there. Carry on all the way till you get to the front. Once you've done the whole wing, you can tie the tinsel off. Let's get rid of that. Yeah. So I've got a little bit of hackle stem sticking out there, so we'll just get rid of that as well. There we are. Turn that down. Now what we want is a hackle that is the longest fibres are the same length, so that will do as the wing. So we'll just strip those off like that, cut that off there, give this a twirl, and tie this hackle in. We want it 90 degrees, so you tie it in like a dry fly hackle. I need to trim a bit of that off. Let's do that, and then I can tie this down. Yeah. Now I'll get a hackle plier. This is the one I use mostly. It's the rotating Tiemco hackle plier. But what I do is I take the rubber band off that it comes with, and I glue very fine sandpaper on both sides of the jaws. This reduces the chance of it slipping. Okay. Now we want to, don't like that one fibre that's not doing what it should do. I'll just get rid of that. Take this hackle, wind it on, folding it back all the time. And then I can tie that off there. Off. Form the head. Looking good. Give it a whip finish. And remove the tying thread. And of course you can use many different types of hackle on this to give different effects, but I like the Brahma one. It gives a really nice effect in the water. But that's a basic method for getting a nice looking Matuka.